Yeah, really good. Obviously, the guys who come in and they've done a great job against the Tigers, and depending on who we get back, we're really confident on the squad we've got and the depth of the guys who can come in and play a really significant role. A guy like Bronson Garlick's played every game this year, and he missed one, to get some more minutes to prepare for the Tigers game. But he's been fantastic, and it's a real, I suppose, tribute to the coaching staff and also these guys who've signed and come down to Melbourne and put the hard work in to get better at their craft and become better players. And I think that's this club's built on, that next man up, and the, obviously with the roster we have turnover every year. 3 or 4 first graders will leave, and you've got to be able to replace those guys. And generally, there's not much salary cap to sign, so you've got to internally. These young guys have got to come through, so it's an exciting period of time for the club.
Manly got you guys the last time you met, so obviously, they've got a lot of dangerous players. I guess it depends who backs up for them as well from Origin, but they always seem to match up pretty well against you. Yeah,
they're a really quality side, but I think it's best long term if Manly rest Tom Trbojevic, and obviously the old ball DCE. He's getting too old to back up now, so. I think they should rest both of those players and play the kids.
They got you earlier in the year. Do you review that game or the more recent outings?
Yeah, no, we've had a look at that game, and obviously we had a look at that game a fair bit immediately after it. So, tough place to go, Brookvale, and we just didn't match them with energy or aggression. And, they've got some really powerful guys who can take the game away from you pretty quickly. So, and then you throw in the skill and the speed of some of those guys we've just spoken about. It's a really quality team. So, it was really disappointing that Manly performance, but we're excited that we get to take them on at home.
What's the story with Tui? Is he injured or?
Yeah, his calf. As soon as he come off, I think he was saying he felt his calf starting to tighten up. So I think it's a really minor one, but I think it was 2020 when we had Dale Finucane, he really battled it. So they're pretty annoying injuries that you can think you're back and then you strain it again. So I think the club's just being really conservative. He's been fantastic in the last month, so it's going to be disappointing he's not out there, but he's a really important player and not worth the risk.
Three-day turnaround for the Origin boys if they get up. How do you manage those bodies, I guess, and make sure that they're getting through?
I think for those guys, it's mentally getting up for the game. I think, sports science and conditioning, they're obviously going to be sore, but, the adrenaline flowing once you get out there, you're good to go. So, and we're talking about a winger and a 5'8". I think Harry might be a bit sore, but the other two, they'll make 3 tackles in the game. But, it depends how they go. I think Origin's the peak of our sport, the intensity and the physicality, and if they win, I think they'll have a few stubbies that night. So, we'll see how they go. And it's a big thing at this club with the pride of backing up and representing your club as well. And that, Ryan Hoffman and Slater, Smith and Cronk saw it really important to back up, for their fans. And I'm sure those guys they'll try and play if they can.
How do you see tonight's game shaping up?
Oh, yeah, let's go. Suncorp. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a bit closer than what people think. I think that Blues team's actually pretty nice. So, but Suncorp's, it's an incredible place to be if you're a Queenslander. They've got a great team, a nice steady line-up, and it's great to see a guy like Xavier Coates get his opportunity in Game 2. He's been playing great for us. So, Queensland 13+.
Juzzy's back this week. So he was dropped. He didn't have concussion, did he? Was it the fact that he was dropped? And I wondered, did that kind of send a bit of a message, I guess, to the rest of the players that no one's place is safe, I suppose?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Juzzy, but he played for the Falcons on the weekend, so it wasn't concussion related. But he's such an important guy to our team. He was Dally M Centre of the Year not too long ago, so not sure what happened with the coaches and him, but I think he's went back there and had a really good strong hit out, and he's a really important player for our team and really great attacking physical player that we'll need against a really big and aggressive Manly side.
So it wasn't that Craig was sort of making an example of him to sort of go, well, he is one of our best players, but if you guys don't do what I want to, don't deliver what I want from you, that you'll end up back?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm a front row, so I don't get to be in those conversations with the backline too much. But I think it's also I suppose, a sign of how highly Marion Seve is rated at this club, and the depth we've got. We saw George Jennings come in and do a fantastic job. So, and Will Warbrick's, come into the side and played fantastic. So, I think I don't know if it was necessarily a slight on Juzzy, but also a bit of a representation of the depth we've got in the outside backs and how well they're going and how competitive it is for a spot.
George spoke earlier and said how important you were for him early on in his rehab, going through it yourself.
Yep.
How happy were you to see him run out on the field?
Yeah, it was really special. Obviously, 462 days, I think, and I was in the same. We got injured in the same game, and I did my Achilles and he did his ACL, and it was a long year last year, frustrating for both of us. And and George has got a young family, and he's from Sydney, so it would have been so special for him to run out there in front of all his family and friends. And it's a big journey that these guys go on. And I was so pumped for him. He played so well, and I'm sure he'll be fighting our wingers Warbrick and Xavier Coates for a spot for the whole year, even though they're representative players.